What up, what up, what up? It's your boy, Cardinal Red. And we back for another Louisville Cardinal weekly report. Alright, so trying this again. Don't know how it's gonna turn out, but if anybody's watching, I appreciate it. Uh-oh. I dropped something. But alright, you guys. So Louisville is taking on NC Central as we speak. This is the second half. Got about 10 minutes left in the game. Of course, they're up. Who is NC Central? You know what I'm saying? Uh, right now, it's saying the stream is bad. I don't know what's going on with that. But hopefully, last time it worked itself out, so hopefully it'll work itself out. But been another long week for Louisville. Not in terms of basketball, but in terms of football, took a loss 2 weeks ago, which could have really improved their bowl status. They did become bowl eligible yesterday when they took on North Carolina State in football. They took on the Wolfpack, beat the Wolfpack. So they're now bowl eligible. Where they're going to end up, nobody knows, man, right now. Hopefully they'll get a pretty decent bowl and they can build off of that for the next year. But as far as Louisville basketball goes, Louisville basketball is looking amazing, man. It's almost a seamless transition over from Rick Pitino. Everybody's looking solid at this point. Still got a few injuries, so the team has a lot of upside when Malik Williams comes back, and got one more guy out. I can't remember his name right now. But he's out, and he'll be back in a few weeks, hopefully, too. They said both guys were practicing today. They were in the shoot-arounds before the game. So, we might see them sooner than later. I'm not sure if anybody's in here, because I'm doing this off my phone. And this is only my second time. I've been live a couple of times, but never, the way I'm doing it now. I don't even know how to see really just the regular, like who's even in the stream. Because I'm doing it from my phone, but I'm monitoring it on my computer, on my laptop. So I'm not even sure if anybody's even in the stream because I can't see my phone. I gotta set this up a little better next time, but this is the best view I can get with the setup I got. Louisville's dominating at the moment. Score is 40-64. Of course, Louisville's winning. Currently 3-0. These first, I think it's like 7 or 8 games that Louisville's playing. Besides Miami, they played Miami. But those first 7 or 8 games, they're really, the teams that they're playing are not, stiff competition. Not really expecting them to take a loss. Hopefully they don't. Kentucky did take a loss to Indiana, one of the lower ranked Indiana teams. I can't remember exactly which one of them it was, but that's a pretty bad loss for them, being that it's so early on into the season. Let me check something out real quick. This is crazy going live, man, especially the way I'm doing it. It just doesn't work very well. YouTube needs to fix this bad to make it work a little better, So you have a little, I don't know, between the beta studio and the old studio, it's just hard to figure this thing out without actually having my phone in my hand and just, live streaming like that. Which I don't want to do it like that. I think it's better quality when you do it like this. Jordan Noah, however you say his name, if I'm pronouncing it wrong, my bad, bro. But he's a dynamic athlete, man. He's exactly what Louisville needed to move into the next level. Without Rick Pitino. I had a lot of confidence in Louisville with Rick Pitino as the head coach. And then they went through their little transition year where they didn't have Patino, they had David Paget, which, like David Paget, I just don't think that was the right move with the players that they had that year. I don't think they should have went in that direction, even though everything had to move really quickly. I think it was still a few other names that they could have went with other than David Paget to where they could have had a better year that year. Even though they didn't have a bad year, but it was a bad year compared to the Rick Pitino years, put it that way. And just having that type of talent on the team, they could have done a lot better job. You can't change the past. And when we transitioned into having Chris Mack as the coach, I just feel like having Jordan Noir, having Dwayne Sutton, having a few of these other guys, uh, it just everything fell right into place. I would have liked to see what Patino could have done because all these players. Let's not get this wrong. You know what I'm saying? And I like Chris Mack as a coach. He was my pick for the next U of L coach. If anybody goes back and watch, I think I did a video. It's on my playlist, the Louisville Cardinals Weekly Report. But it's one of the first videos I did before all the stuff happened with Patino and Louisville, and kind of got a little down in the dumps about doing those videos. But if you go back and check that playlist, I believe Chris Mack was my number one pick. I did the basketball and the football because Petrino was on his way out. So, I had him highly ranked. I feel like he could do a great job. But let's not get this wrong. Back to my point. These are players that Rick Pitino recruited. Pretty much all of these, except for the new guys that came in this year. And those guys might have already had soft commits to Louisville before Pitino left, because they recruit into the future. So, I'm not sure how many of these guys were already going to come to Louisville, even when Pitino was hurt. So, let's not get this twisted. This is an actual Rick Pitino team. It won't be a full Chris Mack team for at least another 2 years, or to where all the players on the team are players that Chris Mack actually recruited. Taking nothing away from Chris Mack, he still has to do the coaching job, because like I just said, we had David Paget with a slew of great players, and he wasn't able to accomplish what everybody knows Rick Pitino would have been able to accomplish if he was able to coach that year. And even what Chris Mack, if they was able to bring, but I think Chris Mack was still tied up at least one more year that he was obligated on his contract. And, let's just be honest, Louisville had to sacrifice a lot to save the basketball program. They decided not to invest big on the football program, but they invested real big on the basketball side. I don't think they're paying Scott Satterfield what they were paying Bobby Petrino, put it that way. So, I just feel like basketball is king in the state of Kentucky. Football is making it a wave, but basketball is king, and it's probably always going to be king in the state of Kentucky. So, I feel like they sacrificed a little bit on the football end to stay relevant on the basketball end, in my opinion. I wish I could see the comments if there's anybody in here. I wish I could see it. If not, I'm still going to post this, and it'll still be up for people to enjoy later on. So, right now, it's about 8 minutes left in the game. Louisville up, pretty handedly. They got about, it's almost a 30-point lead. Might be 30 points actually at this point. The future of Louisville basketball, man, like I said, it's not going to really get difficult till around December. That's when you start playing the Kentuckys and the North Carolinas and the Virginias. And that's when we're really going to see what Louisville has to offer, man. We're going to really see the talent level that Louisville holds, and by then, actually, luckily for Louisville, since they are short two of their I think those guys are starters too. two guys that are hurt. Um, it's kind of a lucky situation because by the time that those guys come back, it's when the real season's gonna start. So, you know, things kind of fall right into place. Um, as far as the football goes, I kind of want to touch on, a little bit more than just basketball here. But who would y'all like to see Louisville actually play when it comes to that bowl game? You know, who's Louisville actually going to end up playing? Uh, hopefully it won't be some type of silly rematch with one of these ACC teams that we've already played. Mess around and play a Florida State or something. I wouldn't want to see that, which I don't think will happen, but anything's possible. Uh, I would kind of like to see Louisville play. Uh, who's good right there? I'm really not sure. I have to look at the schedule again myself. I'm not sure who they're gonna end up playing. And then they gotta play, still Kentucky and Syracuse, I believe, is the last home game. So, we don't know where they're gonna end up. They played real good and then they stunk the place up when they could have beat who did they lose to the other day, 2 weeks ago. But they stunk the place up 2 weeks ago, man. So I'm not sure what Louisville's gonna end up at this point. Hopefully they end up somewhere good. As far as the basketball goes, 3-0 right now. The next game is USC Upstate. But I hate to, if they're in the UFC Upstate fans, I ain't laughing at you, man. These are teams I've never heard of in my life. And then they play in Akron, and then they got a game against Western Kentucky on the 29th. They play Michigan on the 3rd. And got about 5 games, 6 games, and then they play Kentucky, which would be very interesting. Being that Kentucky lost, to who did them? Let me look at the name of the school they actually lost to. It was Evansville, Indiana. They lost 67-64. So, Kentucky, man, took a big loss in that game, and it's kind of funny that with all the stuff that happened with Rick Pitino, and everybody thought it was over for Louisville. But they hanging in there, man. They're actually making big strides, and it looks like Kentucky's taking a step backwards. Kentucky's going in the wrong direction there, but funny how things play out. Uh, I don't know what was going on. Darius Perry was holding his leg for some reason, so that's why I stopped. But funny how things turned out. About 6 minutes left in the game. Louisville plays hard, man. They can bust 100 probably for the first time this year. I think that'd be the first time they put 100 points on the board. Got a lot of big guy talent on the team this year, man. I'm really liking Dwayne Sutton. I really like Darius Perry. And everybody knows who Jordan Noir is, He's like I said earlier, amazing talent. And what he did with the African team, is nothing short of amazing, putting up as many points as he was. So, and next week I'm gonna do more sports. I'm gonna do not just the basketball and football, but I'm gonna see where else is Louisville dominating in the college world of sports. So hopefully we'll be able to cover They're probably doing Olympic sports right now. It's probably not too much other things going on at the moment other than basketball, and then they're in the football season. But the Olympic sports, I'm pretty sure, and then volleyball might be going on right now too. So I might check out a little bit of that. Just throw a little spice on it. You feel me? Oh man, that was a big dunk. I like Enoch, man. I would have. That's what I was gonna say earlier. I would have loved to have seen what Patino could have actually done with Enoch. Not only that, he would have had pretty much all of these players that he has. Like I said, except for I think it's either 4 or 5 new guys that came in this year. But like I said, those could have been guys that Patino was dealing with and going to have come in uh, before all the things happened with him having to resign. And let's get that straight. He no longer is down as being fired or the scandal. He's gotten all that taken care of in court, and it's now listed that he resigned from Louisville, not that he was fired or terminated or anything. So people need to let that go. I don't feel like he deserved to have to leave the way he did. Maybe it was time for a change. Uh, I'm not sure if that's true. A lot of people said at the time it was just time for a change, time to do something new. Uh, but I don't feel like he should have had to go out the way he went out. Left a bad taste in a lot of people's mouths. Especially if you look at it more from his standpoint. He would really be really, really silly if he was allowing all that to go on and he knew about everything that was going on. You know what I'm saying? So as much money as he was making, I don't think he was willing to risk. Man, he was lighting it up. I don't think he was willing to risk that, man. I don't think Patino's that silly. But hey, it is what it is. Years later, we still rolling, man. So we'd love to see the football program in better shape than it is, but still got a few more years. Give that man at least 3 years, 4 years to prove what he can do with the team. You know, it sucks the way it played out because Ryan McMahon's just throwing him up now. I like McMahon's shot and everything, but that last one he could have dealt without that one. But as far as the football goes, man, I would have loved to see it play out a little different, especially with the scheduling that they had set up with the Alabama game and playing Clemson at home, and just all that stuff happened the wrong way.